Hello guys, so we know that today 21st December 2020 is a very special day in the entire lifetime, I think, because we have two big planets of our solar system, that is Jupiter and Saturn, who will approach so close that they will seemingly look like a double planet. And this phenomenon actually occurs every 20 years, right? But what makes it so special this year, right? In 2020, we have already seen that how this year has impacted all our lives, and we are seeing some different frequencies and energy levels around the whole planet, right? And how the whole significance around this conjunction lies, we will see. Okay, so we will do some live calculations to actually come up to this number. Okay, and then we will see that why is this year so special. Okay, and so for coming to this number, right, this is nothing but a time when a particular conjunction has taken place. Okay, then after 20 years again that conjunction would take place, right? So Jupiter and Saturn would be seen approaching, okay, or like they will be close together after 20 years again after today. It means it would be around 2040, right, after this. Okay, so to actually come up with this number, we will use the orbital period of Jupiter and Saturn, which is nothing but that Jupiter takes 11.86 years to actually complete its revolution around Sun, or to complete its whole orbit, the 360 degree of the orbit. Okay, it takes 11.86 years, and Saturn is relatively slow. Okay, it takes 29.46 years. So these both are orbital periods of Jupiter and Saturn. Fine, and we know that a conjunction would occur when here is the Sun. Okay, here is the Jupiter, and in this orbit we have Saturn lying. Okay, so let's say a conjunction has actually happened at this particular time. Okay, that is t is equal to 0. Okay, now we want to calculate that when such time would again come, right? So though this is the claim that it takes around 20 years, but we will actually calculate and see that is it actually this number or not. So from this number we can say, we'll use calculator, so actually we can come up with this number. So we know that it would take in the matter of days, it would be 11.86 into 365. This would be 29.46 into 365, and this number will just right now we will calculate it. Okay, so this number is, so let me do it in front of you. So that 11.86 into 365, this is 4328. Okay, so this is 4328. Okay, okay, let's be precise, it will be 0.9. Okay, and for Saturn it will be 29.46 into 365. Okay, 10752. 10752. This is 9, so both are 0.9. Okay, 0.9. Now this is in number of days. Okay, now we can say that it takes this much days to complete 360 degrees. Okay, for both respectively. Okay, so in one day how much degrees it covers, right? So it takes for Jupiter 4328 days to cover 360 degrees, right? So so in one day Jupiter would cover 360 upon 4328 degrees, right? Same for Saturn, right? For Saturn it would be, okay, it covers these many days to cover 360 degrees. So in one day it would cover 360 by 10752.9. So let's come to this number first. Okay, I know that these numbers are pretty ugly, but we'll see that whether we can come up to this 20 years period. Okay, 360 divided by 4328, so that is 0. So we will write it over here, 0.0831. Okay, so it is 0.0831 for Jupiter. So what does this number signify? So this is the degrees that is covered by Jupiter in one day. Okay, and for Saturn it would be 360 divided by 10752.9, and that is 0.3347. Okay, wait a second, let me confirm. 0.033. Okay, 0.0334 degrees for Saturn. Okay, so this is the number of degrees that is covered by Jupiter and Saturn in one day. Okay, in one day it can cover only this much of degrees. So if you just see, this Jupiter number is slightly higher. Okay, so we will just use the normal physics law to calculate when this both Jupiter and Saturn will actually be in one line. Okay, that would be the moment of conjunction. So we can say that Jupiter is actually approaching Saturn, okay, by how many degrees? By 0.0. If we just subtract these numbers, okay, we can say that this is a simple law of relative motion, that if we just stop this body and we subtract these two numbers, by those degrees Jupiter would be, the faster body would be approaching the slower body. Okay, so what we will do is we will calculate this number and we will come up that it is 0.0831. so this is 0.40496. okay, let me just check. 0.0496. so Jupiter would be approaching Saturn by this much degrees in a day. Okay, per day. Okay, so Jupiter is approaching Saturn in 0.0496 degrees per day. Okay, so how we can come up with this number, right? So if we just calculate that how many days will so let's try to picturize this whole time stamp. Okay, so we see that at this moment Jupiter would require again 360 degrees to again come to Saturn, right? So it means that if we calculate how much days it requires to cover 360 degrees, then we can actually come up with this number, right? So we know that this many degrees is covered in one day, so 360 degrees would be covered by Jupiter in how many days, right? So that can be calculated by this thing, 360 divided by 0.0496 days. So these many days Jupiter would actually require to come to Saturn. So if we just calculate these days, it would be 360 divided by 0.0496, and this is 7258. okay, let's round it. It's 7258 days. Now let's see what is this number in the years. It should be around 20 years. 7258 divided by 365. So this is 19.88 if you see. So that is correct, right? So we know that it takes around 20 years to actually come in conjunction again. Okay, if they have come once. So we know that let's subtract 20 years from now. It means that around 2000 also a conjunction would have happened, right? But what is so special about this one, right? So this conjunction actually it is special because of few reasons. So the first reason that it is actually happening in a winter solstice. Now why is that a thing of concern? We will talk about it. Okay, the second thing is that the Saturn and Jupiter are actually very close. It means that they are actually just 6 arc minutes close. Now what does this terms mean? It means that they both are just around, so arc minutes is 1/60th of a degree. Okay, and 6 arc minutes would be 1/10 of a degree. It means it would be only 0.1 degrees apart. It means that Saturn and Jupiter would be only these degrees apart, which is just around 0. We can say it around 0 degrees. Okay, now so these all planetary movements also have a kind of astrological significance, but we'll not talk about that, right? So now another reason is that whenever the conjunction used to happen, right, they used to happen around the sun, so it was not actually visible to our eyes, right? So this time it would be visible even with the naked eye. Okay, since it is not taking place around the sun. So in the night time for India, it would be around, I think, 6:30 to 7:30. Around this 1 hour we can actually see this conjunction in the southwestern sky. Okay, so we will see that so if you just check the history, okay, you will see that one such conjunction took place around 400 years ago. Such close conjunction 400 years ago. But some articles are actually saying that such phenomenon which is happening today was actually happened around 800 years ago. Okay, now what does this mean? So 400 years, they mean that around in 1623 this phenomenon took place. Okay, that is around 0.1 degree. They were so close, but they were not actually visible. It means they were not actually visible. Okay, not visible to the normal human beings or on the earth. Okay, but around 800 years the similar conjunction took place around the same degrees, and that was actually visible. Okay, it means that it was around 1200. Okay, that this type of conjunction was visible. So it would take around so the phenomenon that is actually happening today happened around 800 years ago. Okay, and it is happening on the winter solstice. Okay, now winter solstice is actually the longest sorry, not longest, it is the shortest day of the whole year in the northern hemisphere. So solstice actually takes place in both hemisphere. Okay, so when I'm telling winter solstice, I'm talking about the northern hemisphere, because in the northern hemisphere it is winter right now. Okay, so and another thing is that we are also approaching Christmas. So if you just turn around the pages of history, I think it's called Matthew's Gospel. It tells that there were the three wise men, right, who actually approached Jesus, right, the baby Jesus. And I think we must have read the story of Magi, right, or Magi, right. So these were magicians or astrologers who approached the baby Jesus. Though I'm a bit faded in this part of history, but there were three people who approached baby Jesus following this kind of star. Okay, a bright star in the sky, and that is actually believed that it was the Jupiter Saturn conjunction that they followed. But there are also other claims that it was actually a comet, but one of the claims that it was actually a conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. Okay, and that's why this is being referred as a Christmas star, right? And even if you see the NASA's original documentation, they are actually referring to this. Okay, they're referring it as a Christmas star, and we also refer it as a Star of Bethlehem, which was followed by these three people. Okay, so this is a pretty good end to the year. So let's witness this phenomenon, and the good thing is that it would be visible to our naked eye. And if you don't understand this concept, that why is winter solstice important? This is important because this actually makes this phenomenon visible. Okay, and that we are lying in such a position on the earth that it can be seen. Okay, and we'll talk about this later, but this is the great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter that is being happened. And to point out, if you have a telescope, right, you will be seeing a awesome view in the sky, because you can actually see the 4 moons of Jupiter. Okay, and you will be able to see Saturn with that halo. Okay, so this is why even a beginner telescope can actually view this, and though a naked eye can actually see that bright star if the weather is clear. And just wait for this time, and I think talk about the astrological significance. Many astrologers are claiming that the next 20 years, right, in which again the conjunction would happen, and this whole period from 2020 to next 18 to 20 years will be bringing some drastic changes to our world. Okay, so whenever this conjunction happens, or when Jupiter and Saturn come together, okay, we say that Jupiter is our mentor, right, mentor or guru, and Saturn is something related to karma, right. So we know that whenever they come close, right, they will both exchange their powers, right. So even an evil soul or evil spirit will be able to learn good things around this period, and this is the time in which a lot of good things or drastic changes would be happening to world, if you take it in a positive manner. As per astrology, this is not my claim, because these are pretty big planets that are coming together. So we can also refer to this as an event of Mahabharata, that when Arjun and Krishna, right, so Krishna was the mentor, right, and Arjun you can represent him as a karma, and Krishna as a dharma. So they both are actually exchanging powers. Krishna was actually giving his lessons, and that's how Arjun was able to defeat his opponents, right? So as per astrology, there will be some drastic changes in the world, politically or in any sense you can take. Okay, so I hope you like this video, and as we are approaching to the years end, 2020 is bringing a lot of new things, right? So this is also this 21st December 2020 is something that you can actually tell your coming generation, because such things would only happen around 800 years, and we can say that we are actually lucky to see this whole event. Thank you.